Okay, so let's talk about the world's most powerful trick for, I guess, mixing, and it's the sweep technique with EQ. So what we're gonna do, let's fire up this guy. Well, I've got a little situation. We were acting kind of stupid last night. This is not exactly a great vocal demonstration. We decided for no reason on this duck step with a bird song that we were going to try to emulate that Peter guy. What's his name? From Steel or something from Typo Negative. And it just kind of sounds like a dumb old man. But anyway, we've got a bunch of low-end booms. Let's hear that.
Break it down, tear it up. I want you tonight. This fist are clenched and ready to fight. I need you tonight.
And it's not out of control. It's not terrible, but it needs to be tightened up a little bit for an electronic song like this. So, where do we cut and where do we boost? And that's where it gets tricky. And I'm not going to boost at all. I got a feeling on this. All I want to do is tighten up that mud just a little bit. And I can hear it pretty strongly in the beginning here.
I want you tonight.
There's kind of some of that in there. And we really don't want too much of that. Now, I got to be careful because we can make it thin, but I know it's down low, but I have no idea what frequency that is. And you can try memorizing this stuff all you want, but if you're memorizing, you're guessing. That's a big concept that it takes a lot of people a long time to. They think they get all these preconceptions like, oh, the big engineers, they know. No, they don't. I mean, maybe some guys have golden ears and that kind of stuff, but those guys aren't usually the creative types that make the kind of records you buy. So anyway, that's my view anyway. So let's sweep through this and try to find any junk. And I like to start at probably give or take 10 decibels. Now, it's a lot of boost, and we're a little bit wider than I like to be. We'll try an EQ. We'll try a Q of 3.6 or so. That's about right there. And what we're going to do is just kind of play around until bad stuff leaps out. I've got it looped for 2 bars. Well, I think it's 2 bars. Here. Okay, so we're going to listen to this and just kind of play around. So watch me here.
I want you tonight. I want you tonight. I want you tonight.
Now there's some stuff there for sure. We'll keep moving though.
I want you tonight.
And that's not bad there, but I can tell that's the frequency I want to tame just a little bit. Now we also got this other thing I just showed you, the 200, whatever it was. I didn't memorize it because I'm making a damn video, but here we go.
I want you tonight.
That's some crap. That's got to be dealt with. Now, keep in mind that I'm boosting 12 decibels. So it's possible that might be a little bit of an issue there, but just the fact that I'm boosting so much is causing it. So let's do a sweep with just like a 6 decibel boost.
I want you tonight. I want you tonight.
Starting to hear some stuff there. I don't know if I hate it, but I need to pay attention to 200.
I want you tonight. I want you tonight.
Okay, let's just assume it's 200 then. The 100 hertz stuff didn't sound too bad. Now, another thing is we'll notice that the level, when we're kind of sweeping through, like maybe you'll always will hear a boost, but will that boost be a bad thing? Like a red flag, like, uh-oh, that's obviously something wrong there. So let's pay attention one more time here.
I want you tonight.
Okay, boosting that top end, it actually kind of sounds pretty good. I don't hate anything about that, so we're going to keep sweeping.
I want you tonight. I want you tonight. I want you tonight.
Okay, something happened there. That's the first time of all our sweeping where I even said, that it took a turn for the worst, and with an 8 decibel boost. Now that doesn't mean we're in bad shape, but it kind of raised the flag. Well, raises the issue. Why didn't we have any problems over here when we're boosting that much? So in our final EQ of this thing, we may want to pay attention just a little bit, maybe knocking off us a decibel. I kind of like it. This is kind of a hypothesis I have. It doesn't always work, but it's a trick that I often employ. Is it should break it evenly at all levels. In other words, if we boosted by 12 decibels at any given frequency, we should go, but it should be equally here, here, here. It should be equally dumb sounding or bad or whatever. And that's often a good sign when we have it set up well, is when we can boost heavily and it's equally bad everywhere. And if not, we probably need to deal with that frequency that's is proportionally worse, if that makes any sense. So anyway, we're gonna keep on going here.
I want you tonight.
All right, definitely hate that.
I want you tonight.
And see, that's less bad. When we go back to 5 or 6, whatever it was.
I want you
I don't like that. So we can tell that there's definitely something a little bit crappy going on right there.
tonight. I want you tonight.
Okay, now we have a new kind of crappy.
I want you tonight.
And this is some of the stuff I was hearing earlier right here. Now, it's important to also note that when we're sweeping here, I usually don't work near this slow. I hear a certain thing I don't like, and I don't necessarily nitpick about that stuff, like up at 1K where I heard like a, this might mean something. Up here we found something I didn't like. I don't think about that too often if it's not audible, either soloed or in the mix itself. So what I do is I hear that one, whatever. Let's listen one more time with no EQ. I want to find out how I normally would work here.
I want you
That's what I'm looking for. It's a kind of that dumb sound. That's what I call it. I don't know. Like, okay, George. That kind of dumb sound.
tonight. I want you tonight.
And that's probably it right there. So let's just yank it down. Let's try 2 decibels, 2.8, whatever.
I want you tonight.
And I'm hearing some other stuff, so we'll keep sweeping.
I want you tonight.
And that's what I was hearing.
I want you tonight.
Okay, and there's a little bit low in there, but I'm not too worried about it at this point. I'm mostly trying to show you the concept here is find anything that annoys you, and whether it's like a eh sound or a ee sound or a roar, whatever, find that identify it in your brain that it's and then to sweep through until it takes off, and it usually will jump out. It's hard to miss. And this way, you don't have to have any of that golden ear junk. You don't really have to be able to hear the difference between 1.7K and 2.38K and all that stuff. That's all myth, I think. Maybe live sound engineers can do it. But for recording, it's really not that integral to know frequencies on that level. You just never need it because you can always sweep it. Anyway,